To fully appreciate the value of the C-surance platform or the Allegroupe platform, we need to understand that we've got two dedicated interfaces. The first one will allow you to manage your sales. All the sales activities information for the perfect salesman will be found within this interface. The second interface, of course, is designed for people that wants to manage their day-to-day operation. So we then have an admin interface. This admin interface is slightly different than the other one because we are now working with standard contracts and day-to-day operation where employees make changes in status and ages and new employee enrollment and all. Management is all about managing contract, managing activities on a daily activity. The sales portion, of course, is all related with the selling process, and the selling process will allow us to make sure that we keep track of every single event that will affect a sale process. Now, the sale process starts with the client asking for a request for proposal, and we'll go up to the last step where the client actually select one of the proposed plan. So this interface, of course, the object of this interface is to be able to follow up every single activities associated to a project, to a client. As we can see, we could have multiple projects going on for any client, and each of these clients will have their own sets of activities for each of their projects. Now, obviously, being in sales, we want to know where our files are standing, so how many open, how many waiting for response or sold or not sold. We also want to keep track of all the dates, the effective dates, the response date, the reminder date, as well as the analyzed date, to be able to make sure that none of our file will drop into a crack. We furthermore would like to have a good pie chart view of our existing portfolio. Now, also what we need to keep track of is all the information about everything that occurred associated to a client, to a file. So whether we are talking about all the communication that were made, all the events that were done automatically through the system allows you to keep track of all of those. So whether we're talking about letters, we talk about emails, or any of the above, the system will keep track of all the history of all the information that we've got. The new interface will become the standard interface for all Allegroupe users. For the C-surance users, this will become an alternate interface that will allow the user to be more efficient in a very specific location. For instance, when you want to create a new file, the system will automatically provide you with the new interface. As well, should you prefer to access directly the new model, you could do that using the global RFP form. The new interface will be similar, if not identical, for both the sales and the admin activities. For instance, the company information or the profile of the company is going to be the same. Division classes, again, are going to be the same. Employer contribution, other than additional block of information that will appear in the admin activities in order to be able to manage contribution under different scenarios, the information is going to be the same. The employee information, again, is going to be the same whether we are talking about admin or sales activities. The main difference between the two interfaces for sales and admin is that obviously for sales, what we need to do is we need to provide the information to the insurance company or whoever is going to be making an offer on this risk. You need to provide them with all the necessary information associated to the risk. So obviously the first part is to tell any part of information that is related to the current risk. So whether they are currently insured with, what is the information about the enterprise identification, if there are differences between the project, the actual contract, or whatnot. So obviously you will be able to enter free format piece of information here to qualify your client to the insurance company. Now, the next portion that will make a difference between the sales and the admin, of course, is the actual project analysis. This is where you will be able to put in the current business, the current plan. This is where you will be able to put in the proposed plan or the option 1, option 2. This is where you will be able to put in the request to the Industrial Alliance, to La Capitale, to Great West, or whatnot. So obviously, this is where you will be managing the actual prospecting or the actual responses that you will be getting from your carriers. The system will automatically highlight the differences between the various plans So therefore, you will be able to quickly see if there is a difference, let's say, in premium, in rate, and in coverage between the plan A, B, and C. And obviously, this will allow you to get all the necessary printout associated to it.
The equivalence with the admin activities is going to be the contract information for one, and then the contract benefits. So for the contract information, as we can see, we will be able to manage various contracts at the same time. For each of those contracts, we will be able to enter all the specific information related to these contracts. Then we will be able to manage the benefits.
Now that we have entered all the information related to the contract, we are now able to actually enter the benefit details. Obviously, as you are able to see, even though we've got multiple contracts, we cannot assign the same benefit to two different contracts. Now that we have explored the differences between the sales modules and the admin, I would like to invite you to look at the next presentation that will provide you with the information concerning the common activities between the two interfaces.